Alright YouTube, what's going on with y'all today? Today we got a low taper, a low temp fade, a low tempo fade, whatever y'all want to call it. We got that for y'all today. We're going to be showing y'all the lineup process and everything and the low taper and whatnot. So yeah, we ain't going to hold y'all too long. We're about to get straight into the details. The information is a nice go-to for, you know, if you're at home cutting your kids' hair, or maybe you're not familiar with a go-to for children and stuff like that. Very easy go-to type stuff. You know, with enough practice, you'll get there. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video and let's hop into it. Y'all, this is how I make my Instagram videos. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take our clippers with the number 1 guard. Boom, just like this. We're gonna close the lever all the way. Closing the lever leaves less hair, and it's a true 1 guard. And we're gonna start combing everything out and cutting it down. I already combed it out, almost, as y'all can see. It's a nice little bush, but we're gonna get it wavelength. When people describe wavelength, what people want truly when it becomes wavelength, when they have coarse hair, I would say a number 1 guard is a true wavelength area or a length that you will want. So when somebody says wavelength, either go with a number 1 guard all the way closed, or maybe start off with a 1.5 guard, which would be this guard right here, or maybe. Really, that's it. If you have more curlier hair, I would say start with a number 2 guard and then work your way down. We're going to slowly cut everything down, and as we're cutting everything down, we're also combing through as well. And that's re-lifting everything up off of the scalp. This is why I choose to use a comb other than a brush. A brush compacts everything and lays it down on the scalp. The comb actually lifts each hair follicle up off the scalp. So when you're cutting the hair, you can get that true length, or you can get every single piece of hair that you really want to get, you know, cut off. When it comes to the crown, you kind of want to cut the crown a little bit bigger at a higher guard, because the crown is obviously the most densest spot inside of the head. I'm going to lean them down so I can show y'all. Hold your back. So right here, they don't have a lot of hair, so I'm going to open the lever all the way. And I'm just gonna go around the crown. Make sure you're not going backwards or forward on this part. Make sure you're going with the grain around the crown. All right, to start off this low taper, we're gonna set in all the guidelines first. For a low taper, it's only this designated spot that will be faded. And for a high taper, you will start the lineup right here. Well, your first ball guideline right here, and then continuously fade up. But for a low taper, for a mid taper, it will be more so all of this area right here. But for a low taper, we're going to keep this area right here as low as possible. And I'm setting it in with my clippers because this line will obviously be more easier to take out with my clippers versus me using my trimmers. And for my low tapers, I like to set it in a rounder shape, I would say. So this is how I set in my guideline for my low taper. It's just a nice, simple, just roundish, rounder shape. You can't set it in with your trimmers, but it will be a lot harder to take that guideline out. For the back, we're simply just gonna do a straight line for one side. We're gonna start in the middle with our straight line and then work our way to this right side. Brush it, left side. This is the first foundational guideline, so you do want to make sure that the line is straight. And for this side, the same exact thing. You do want to kind of have a little reference point, and you kind of want to relate the taper to kind of, well, the placement of the taper by his ear. You can use that as a reference point because that's the closest thing to his taper. You could try to use his eyebrows or his eyes, but I don't think that's, you know, I don't think that method would be more effective. I think using the ear as a reference point on how high to take it and how low to make the taper with his first guideline will be more efficient. Just like that, that simple, that easy. All right, we'll switch to a comb right now because this lifts everything off of the scalp so I can get that nice flush taper that I want. For the first guideline, no, I'm gonna tell y'all this real quick. Because I took everything down with this number 1 guard, the guard above that will debulk all of this hair up here. So that would be the number 1.5. This guard right here. So the only thing that you'll be using for this haircut are these 3 guards right here. The 1.5, the 1 guard, and a half guard. So, but first thing is first, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set in the second ball guideline, or the second guideline with the lever all the way open. and we're going in the same exact shape. And I do a method of fading down. It's a fading down process that I use. So after you set in that second guideline, you want to start closing the lever slowly, moving down inside of the fade and working your way to the lever all the way closed. And that's what you just started off with making that first guideline. That first ball guideline is the lever all the way closed. So you just want to move down in the fade and work your way down till all of that is simply faded out. You can detail as you go. Detailing is basically splitting two hairs into one. It's as simple as that. Detailing takes the fade or the taper to a whole new level. Now we're going to start with the number 1.5 guard. We always start with the lever all the way open. Whenever we put on a new guard, the lever will be all the way open. Remember not to go too high and touch into this, because this C-cup is very much necessary, or has a big it plays a big part in having a successful C-cup or a successful low taper. So you want to preserve as much of that as you possibly can. When you do a low taper, you don't fade all right here. You fade around in this area right there. Only high tapers you fade all the way up here. So we're basically moving down and slowly closing the lever until we start hitting the hair cut. And that lets us know that it's time to move on to the next guard. The next guard is our number 1 guard. Lever all the way open, boom. Start from where I left off with the half guard, with the 1.5 guard, and we just work our way down. It's a continuous working down process or fading down process, working in a small little area. Very simple, very fast process. Boom. Now we can take our half guard, the smallest guard, and kind of just detail in these areas. And when detailing, you want to turn your clippers to the side and just split these hairs out. But when you detail, you're only working in the previous guard's area. Like right now with this half guard, I'm working in the 1 guard's area. To detail the 1.5 guard area, that's the biggest guard that we had, the black guard, the biggest other black guard that we had. You want to use your 1 guard, lever halfway closed or lever halfway open. It's the same exact thing, however you see it inside your head. But you detail with the lever halfway. And that is our taper right there. This is a little bit more advanced. This is the rake down technique, turning your clippers or the tiger claw. Turning your clippers like that and just going in the way of the way that the hair grows. And just slowly closing the lever, working your way down. Same thing as the fading down technique. I really think that the wall detailers are the best. I mean, not the wall detailers, the wall seniors. These actual clippers are the best ones for it. This is a soul edition. The soul man kind of went away over time. But you can't buy these nowhere no more, unless you pay a good amount of money for them. And then I'm also going to go ahead, detail, splitting little hairs. And that is our low taper right there. For this back area, it's the same exact thing. You don't want to change up your steps too much. You always want to have the same exact steps so that you gain confidence and you actually know what you're doing when any client comes sit down in your chair. You might have another client with waves, but if your steps are the same, you already know how to achieve the process or achieve the look that you envision inside of your head. So lever all the way open, work your way down, closing the lever as you move down. As you move down, you should never, or as you close the lever, you should never be in the same previous spot that you was just in. Every time I close the lever, I'm always working beneath the spot that I just started to fade out. And you're working until you get the lever all the way closed. Usually, whatever you put in the line with, that's the line, that's what you have to use to get that line out of the hair with. So sorry, I can't speak right now, but that's why it's so good to use the clippers first. Or to use the clippers to set in that first ball guideline, because now I don't have to pause, get my other trimmers, slowly just notch and play with that liner and stuff like that, then switch back and then go back and detail with these and stuff like that. It's a more simpler process where we could all do it with just the clippers for them. So That's some nice piece of information for y'all. Right there. Half guard, 1.5 guard. All the way open, go all the way up. Boom. And I'm following the same shape as the taper with his first guideline. Making this taper slowly come together. Having the taper the same exact shape, bro, will change how the taper look. Well, it would drastically make a it will make a drastic change or outcome in how the taper will be performed or will look at the end of the haircut. And you want a nice even haircut. Nice even taper, everything symmetrical, everything even. That's what makes a next level haircut. Really just symmetry, all the little details, all the little things matter when it comes to a haircut. To bring it to a next level. Because anybody could cut hair any type of way, but there's only a few that could take it to the next level. Especially with any hair texture, I would say. There's only a few, bro. Only a few people that I know. Some people might be good at just coarse hair. Some people might be good at just straight hair. Some people might be bad at both. Some people might be good at both. You can obviously tell who is who. Obviously, everybody's still making their money. They have a clientele for everybody. You might be the worst barber in your city, but they have some people. Well, obviously, if you the worst barber in your city, bro, you better be fast. You better be somewhat fast or whatever, because that's either people pay for an extremely good haircut, or they pay to get in and out of the chair, because they worry about time and they don't want to sit in the chair for 30 minutes or maybe an hour. If you take an hour for a haircut, a lot of barbers are moving to an hour, which I guess, I don't know, makes no sense to me, but a lot of barbers are moving to an hour. Sit back, put it down, right there. But yeah, people are gonna pay for one or two things, either a really, really nice, really clean cut, or just to get in and out of the chair for real. Now we're gonna continue the cut, switching to our half guard. It's the smallest guard. You can start with the lever all the way open, you should. But me, knowing this system, I slowly have to slightly just close the lever for it to kind of be efficient or effective. That's just me. You can't start all the way open just like this. But we're just notching at this last line right here. It's a slight line that I see. Noticing stuff like that comes over time, developing what's called a barber's eye. Close the lever, and I'm keep closing the lever till this line seems like it's gonna disappear, and that's when I'm only gonna start using my corners to fade at that point, or detailing this last little line. Y'all, I feel like I have the easiest steps on YouTube when it comes to teaching y'all how to get these fades and whatnot. I feel like everybody use shears and stuff like that. It might be too difficult to understand and whatnot. I never understood some people do the whole entire fade and then have to refade the fade because I don't know, it just be a lot of just nonsense for a lot of difficultness with inside of their techniques for that I really couldn't grasp when I was first, starting out and whatnot. But hey, I found my own system, and it's really, 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 really good, and it really, really works, and it helps other people. All right, when setting in this back lineup, you do want to use your off finger or this pointer finger right here to hold down the ear. And I do create mine with a slight slant if possible. Certain clients don't have the ability to have a slight slant, I want to say, to the back portion of their lineup and whatnot. It all depends on how much hair does the client have right there. How much hair can the client grow in those areas. Just take it all the way right here. Now I want to kind of use the clipper. I'll put my hand in a kind of circular motion so I could go around the ear. You kind of want to take a step back, look at it, see if it's a nice circular pattern. If not, readjust it. All this stuff, bro, all this stuff makes a difference in the haircut, how the haircut looks at the end. And then pinch the ear Shake it around for this part right here. Flip the clipper over, get any excess hair that's not supposed to be right there underneath the lineup. Dust everything off. Now I'm gonna make sure that it's the right type of angle that I want by looking in the camera, and it is. He has a nice little hump to it. It's not really over his ear too much. It's not way up here or anything like that. It's a nice designated line. And when you turn him back around to the back, look how nice that looks. Look how nice that makes this taper look. Just that one portion right there, just by making that a lot even. Hold your head down for me. And look at this side. This is the side we haven't completed yet, that we're about to do. Matter of fact, we ain't even gonna pause the camera. We're just gonna do it real timing. Real timing, bro. First I wanna match. I wanna make sure both of these sides are matching. So I'm gonna start on this side. You could start a lot lower, but I would not start a lot lower because I'm very skilled at doing this, and I've been doing this for such a long time, such a while. But you want to make sure they're both angled at the same direction. If I'm looking in the camera, it looks pretty even right now, but I do want to angle this side a little bit, cut it in a little bit more deeper, I would say. Put it down a little bit, right there. And that alone should make all the difference. Now look how much more even that is. It was off by the slightest bit, but I took my scales and I just adjusted. Small little adjustments, bro. All the little things matter. Just like on that side, I'm gonna continue with this side, using the edge of my clipper blade, just to make this curvature right here. And you can see it from this angle, from the back angle as well. Very nice transition. Put it down. Look at that. Now for the lineup section, you kind of want to determine what side is the strong side and what side is the weak side. Our client, he's a kid. Most kids, believe it or not, they don't have full lineups. But most kids will have full lineups, but they do have the designated kids that don't have full lineups or whatever. But our client has a full successful lineup, so you can kind of just choose whatever side you feel most comfortable with and just start working towards that side. So we're gonna do, the first thing that you wanna do is start in the middle and travel up. Start in the middle from his nose, travel up, and this is the middle point right here. And we're gonna make that first line right here. And we already line prepped. If you need help with line prepping, getting the ash line up, I have multiple videos on that as well that y'all can go watch. And all you want to do is just start working your way to one side. Stepping back, looking at the lineup, seeing if you're making it straight. And you're only using, when working on the right side, you're only using the right side of the clipper blade. Nothing more, nothing less. Take a step back, look at it, see if it's going in the right direction. And then once you get to your designated spot, you want to turn your client to the side. And now you want to start setting in that vertical bar. I do like to slant it a little bit. When you slant the vertical bar, it gives the illusion of like a box, like a straight box. It might sound kind of weird, but y'all should believe me. Y'all should obviously trust me when doing this, because y'all watching this happen in real time, so there's no reason why you shouldn't trust me. And this is why y'all should trust me right there. Nice, straight, boxy lineup. Now all we gotta do is start back in the middle, only using our left side of the clipper blade. Imagine just dividing this clipper blade in half and just working on just using this left side. Start back in the middle and only using the left side, just work your way over slowly. Every time you put in a blue placement, you wanna step back, look at his lineup, go back in. Go a little bit over. Step back, look at his lineup. If you see it's a little off, then go back in and make a micro adjustment, a slight adjustment, ensuring that the lineup is back on the right course, or straight, I would say. Don't do it straight up, angle your clipper blade a little bit, just to get that boxy effect. And then all the excess there just comes off. We're gonna pick a designated spot to where it's not too light. Imagine starting the C cup or trying to preserve enough hair and starting it right there. And then when he goes home and takes a shower or he goes outside and play, he won't have a C cup no more. So we're gonna really cut hair. We're gonna come up to about right here, and I'm actually cutting his hair now. And I use half of my my clipper blade to set in this line right here, this designated line. Y'all, I cannot talk for nothing right now. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn my clipper straight up, set in the line right here. Now I'm about to turn my clipper to the side. Let me make that line a little bit straighter to the side and connect it to with the corners of my clipper blade. Just moving around in a C-cup shape. And then boom, that is a nice successful C-cup. And all we gotta do is match the other side with this vertical, with this C-cup side. So this is the finished haircut right here. What you can do for a little bit more detailing when it comes to waves, just take the heel of your blade right here, place it on the client's head, and just angle it like that. And this is how you keep balance. You just don't hover over the head, but you just cut these little strands of hair off. They're just sticking up. And this makes wavers cut look a lot more better. If you're not experienced, please, I can't stress this enough, please take your time when doing this. You don't want to gash up your clients, bro. And best believe it can happen. It can and will happen if you don't take your time. I know the importance of, you know, not trying to gash your clients, bro. It's the last thing I want to do. Now that client is never coming back. You paying for the cut. You're losing money. I ain't trying to lose no money. I'm trying to make money. Trying to make the money. I ain't trying to lose it. I ain't trying to pay for people haircut. All right, y'all. So this is the haircut right here. Nice, clean, low taper. Nice, sharp lineup. Boom. We're gonna give him a little spin for y'all. Make sure the camera gets everything. Put your head down for me, Liam. Right there. Nice clean back taper. Nice clean side taper. Very nice. But these are simple steps to get to achieve this look right here. A nice go-to when it comes for kids and whatnot. But look, it's HYB. If you're not handling business in what you're doing, and we out. Nice straight boxy line up. All right, how you like the new cape? Y'all messing with it? I do. I went with a nice little pink brown type colorway. I feel like it really brings out lighter skin clients, I would say. It's a very nice cape. Y'all let me know if I should give a cape away, maybe. Make sure y'all like this video. Make sure I get it to at least, I want to say 100 likes. If I get this video to 100 likes, maybe a little bit more than that, 150, I will have a giveaway. I will most definitely have a giveaway. So yeah, HYB, if you're not handling your business, is HYB. Boom. Handle your business. That's what HYB means. HYB, if you're not handling your business, what you're doing. And we out.